Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. I hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Big drama in the Valorant world over the last few days with SicK calling out Sentinels for disrespecting him during the Sao Paulo lock-in event. He's now gone into more detail on this situation, explaining exactly why he feels the way he does, the disrespect continuing from behind the scenes, and maybe a world in which Sentinels just straight up release SicK and buy out his contract because this situation does not seem to be working out right now for both parties. Very much enjoy your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. First of all, quick update on the new agent arriving into Valorant rather soon. We're going to see this agent in action on the final Sunday, I guess this Sunday, right, for the show match for the Sao Paulo lock-in tournament, with this agent being played in their show match. Now, the agent is codenamed Gecko. So figure out what this is going to be, right? Is he going to be, going on ceilings and stuff? You've got to clear all these sorts of new angles. Now, what I will say about this Gecko thing is that we don't know yet what the abilities are and all this, but there have been some leaks coming out the last few days, especially from this source. So this came out on the Valorant page on the Reddit. This was posted a few days ago at this point, like a week or so ago, and was then deleted. And as you can see here, new agent abilities, codename Gecko. So either they just got very lucky here and have straight up guessed the abilities and called it Gecko and got that luckily right, or it turns out that indeed this codename Gecko has now been confirmed, and okay, slightly different spelling, but you get the picture. And if that was right, then presumably there's a good chance the other parts are right as well. So okay, a flash, a molly, an ult similar to Junkrat from Overwatch, and then a pet that can defuse and plant the spike. Maybe this is where the Gecko thing comes in, I don't really know. But yeah, look, if that's true and there's some sort of like a pet that you can chuck out that's going to defuse or plant the spike, like I don't know what I think about that. It's definitely interesting, and yeah, we're going to see it in action kind of soon because the show match on the Sunday, March the 4th, is going to have this new agent in action. So pretty cool stuff. I think definitely a sensible decision from Valorant to make that happen. And just to confirm, Mimi from G2's Game Changers team is going to be joining the Tarek's team actually, and then Team FRT is going to be joined by SK Rossi, which is pretty cool, from of course the global esports roster. So those are the updates on that side of things. And there's also this confirmation from the VCT EMEA that the tickets are now available for the Coliseum in Berlin. I believe like all of the tickets for Fanatics games have like already sold out or something, so it's kind of crazy how quickly that's going. But yeah, those tickets are now available for at least some remaining matches if you guys want to check it out. There's also this I thought was pretty interesting from Brian Said. He tweets out Starbucks now hiring Ye, and Ye's like, look, please don't leak. So what's going on with Ye, right? Like obviously this is the big drama over the last few days during the latter half of Group Omega at Sao Paulo, that Ye was getting released by Cloud9. What is his future? Really difficult to say, but Ye says don't leak, which kind of implies that there's something going on. Ye's got something that he's working on here. Of course, his bio says that he's playing for Moist Esports, which isn't going to be true, but yeah, we haven't even had a confirmation from Cloud9 yet either as to what they're doing. Maybe because they're making more than one change. If they were going to be just releasing Ye from his contract for whatever reason and signing somebody else, maybe they want to wait before they sign that new player, before they announce Ye is gone. Maybe they're making multiple changes and therefore they want to buy their time on this issue. I don't know, but it's not that long after Sao Paulo ends, that about the middle of March time, where we get the split officially beginning. So there isn't really that long for these teams to decide what they want to do, especially now with tier 2 challenges back underway. So are those players easily gettable? Maybe not as they would have been about a week or so ago. Also, this can boast up practice area like a ghost town now after basically eliminating absolutely everyone from the tournament. Now, we've got to talk about this SicK drama because he's been going rogue on Twitter the last few days, and we've got to break down his opinion on everything that happened there in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So he actually came home and saw his poster got destroyed. I think this is a screenshot I saw the other day, and I thought it was like part of his PC, but I think it's like a poster that he had unfortunately on the wall that I believe like his ex-girlfriends. We saw the drama with he was in Brazil and he was with this other girl, and his girlfriend thought he was cheating despite this open relationship thing, and then she was like destroying this poster at his house and all this. It's been a stressful time for SicK, and you can understand why. And yeah, it seems like he's coping okay, but he went on stream last night to just basically talk about the entire situation. Now, he felt very disrespected in Sao Paulo by, well, he talked about Riot actually, but he also talked about his management, i.e. Sentinels themselves. And we've seen plenty of drama between the likes of ShahZaM and Sentinels as an organization, now SicK and Sentinels as an organization, the way they handle things, and SicK was not happy about the way that he felt disrespected at the event, i.e. they wouldn't allow him in the venue, they wouldn't allow him to be with the team, wouldn't allow him to be in the practice rooms, wouldn't even allow him to watch the games. That's where he got frustrated, I think, with Riot and all this type of stuff. So he goes into some detail. I'll show a couple of minutes of this last night where he discusses how, feels disrespected by the team, kind of what was happening behind the scenes. They asked him not to actually attend their practice and not to even be there with them. Also, how the beef with Dephh and Deph's wife then got resolved from SicK's perspective, and also Artis giving his thoughts on the matter as well.
3 days before the first match, they're like, can you like not be with us for the 2 days of practice and the match day? I'm like, okay, that's fine, bro. Like, I'm gonna stream at night, I'll stream in the morning whenever I have to. I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna do my work. Like, I'm there to play. Like, it's okay. I'm just there. I'm supporting the team. No worries, man. Okay, so yes, I'm not allowed in the venue. I'm like, I want to watch the game. Sentinels is my team. That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, what do you mean? Oh yes, they don't let me in, bro. Like, I'm talking to management. They say no. I'm talking to player handler. They don't pick up the phone. Like, I try to talk to the person in charge. They say no. I don't know what's going on. Like, they say I'm supposed to get tickets before. They don't give me tickets. I can't get in. It's okay, man. Like, whatever. I don't mind the Twitter stuff. What I do mind, though, is the disrespect from everybody involved. Yes, the disrespect from Riot, disrespect from management, the disrespect from people in my life that are telling me I'm manic, that I'm crazy, that I shouldn't feel this way, that I should be upset, or I should not even be upset. Like, I should just stare at a wall in my hotel and not have a good time. I don't know if people are jealous. I don't know if people are upset with me. I don't know what's going on. I unfollowed Dephh on Twitter. I unfollowed some people from management on Twitter. I don't respect them much because they don't respect me. It's just how it is. I'll be honest. Yeah, the owner understood, man. But then management, the people I think are nice guys, like, they're being very rude to me. They're saying delete these tweets. Like, they're not understanding me. You know, one of them saying I'm manic. Like, I'm going through a manic episode. Bro, do you not understand? I'm just stressed about it. Like, can you give me, like, a little bit of compassion, bro? I'm very stressed here. Like, I'm working, I'm streaming, I'm hanging out with new people. Like, I'm not in my comfort zone, but I'm doing okay. Like, I can handle it all. You know, I can handle the pressure of social media, but I can't handle the way people act towards me. Like, I will tell them that they did something wrong, man, the way they act, you know?
So they've told him off, but he wants to stream. Because, like, I'm going to be honest, if you can't go into the prac room, there's nothing to do in Sao Paulo, bro. Like, you can't leave the hotel without getting robbed. So, like, all you can do is either sit in the hotel or sit in the prac room. And if he can't sit in the prac room, sitting in the hotel for 3 weeks is, like, not the safest thing. I think he ain't getting disrespected. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's forgot his card, his, like, pro card, and he can't get in, bro. That's all I think is happening. Listen, if this isn't the case, and he didn't genuinely get allowed in, and he had all the that he needs to get in, then I can understand why he's getting pissed off.
This whole saga's been pretty wild, to be honest, right? And Artis, I thought, gave some interesting thoughts, and he was like, well, look, fair point for SicK. If he was indeed stuck there in the hotel room, and his team wouldn't allow him to be there in the practice room with them, which is a bit strange, right? You got a 6th man on your team. You'd think that you'd be kind of happy for him just to be there in the room. Like, okay, maybe they thought he was going to intrude or whatever, but okay, like, surely if he's your substitute player who might need to come in, might be valuable just to have him there with you just in case, even if he just sits in the corner and chills. I'm sure he'd much prefer to be there than he would to be in the hotel room chilling, which, as Artis said, was pretty base, to be honest, that if you leave the hotel, you're going to get robbed. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but I thought it was pretty entertaining. And he does go on to say, Artis, at the end, though, that he reckons what SicK did is just forgot his, like, pro player pass, because Artis reckoned also in that same video that if you're a pro, you get, like, 10 tickets to bring people to the events. So, you know, maybe that wasn't going to be happening, or we don't exactly know the full story here from Riot's perspective. But, yeah, seemingly he wasn't allowed into the venue, and he was trying to talk to Sentinels to get them to help, and they wouldn't help him. He was trying to talk to everyone to help, they wouldn't help him. So he just ended up hanging out with some other people around Brazil, and couldn't really stream, couldn't really even help the team or be with them at all. And you can understand why these frustrations have come thick and fast from SicK to, you know, not just Riot, the way they handled the entrance to the venue, but also to his own organization, the way they effectively, you know, also what he said towards the end, that they were saying, look, like, you should delete these tweets and all this stuff. And he's like, look, I got disrespected by you, I'm going to unfollow you on Twitter. And he also talked about, we saw the drama with Deph's wife the other day, where Deph's wife was kind of subtweeting him, and then he talked about that Dephh was like, oh, why are you saying this to my wife? Of course, Dephh is the IGL for Sentinels, the player that theoretically SicK would be playing under and next to. Was he to be substituted into the team or even brought in a roster change they might want to make down the line? So if that relationship isn't very good, which it clearly isn't because he unfollowed him on Twitter and feels disrespected by him, then, you know, you'd imagine that SicK isn't going anywhere anywhere onto this starting team anytime soon. Now, whether this is Sentinels' fault, whether you believe SicK fully and you think the Sentinels have kind of done him wrong here, which I think there's arguments certainly on that side of things, and we don't really know Sentinels' side of the story on this one. SicK's obviously given his point of view, so we don't really know necessarily the full story so far. And even like BCJ, maybe like BCJ probably just blocked SicK here because like he was doing so many tweets that BCJ thought, you know what, I've had enough of this guy. And you know, SicK is like, it's pretty sad, bro, you'd block me for this. And then Ethan says, to be fair, what's wrong with blocking someone? They could just not want to see your tweets. And then SicK says, nothing, bro, but you're uninformed. Type if you want. And Ethan's like, what exactly? So I don't know what's happening here with the replies, to be honest. But SicK's just tweeted to tweet at this point. And it does make me wonder whether Sentinels and SicK should just part ways for the betterment of both parties, because SicK doesn't seem happy there. Like, obviously, Sentinels and Dephh aren't happy with SicK, right? They don't even want him in the venue. They don't even want him in their practice room. And now the situation has got even worse as a result of that. Like, you know, they might as well just buy out his contract and call it a day, I would imagine here, which is unfortunate. But, you know, you could also argue that SicK deserves better as a player in, like, his history and his ability than just to be the sixth man on a team that doesn't even respect him, which is also probably a fair argument. So very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments below. Speaking of Ethan, just wanted to quickly mention the couple of series that went down last night in the Tier 2 Challenger scene. Tomorrow, the first game of the Sao Paulo, kind of the playoffs actually begins again, but there was this interesting game between G2 and Oxygen. It was 2-0 to G2 in the end, a close series on one of the maps at the very least, and G2, dapr, and co get over the line. Definitely some ice that came through here, like not satisfied with how he played, as ShahZaM says, but now 3-0 in the group. So G2 doing well, ShahZaM showing up, Oxy as well individually was doing very well indeed. Whippy did clutch this nice 1v4 as well. Like, I don't know what they were doing here, like they straight up lined up for him. The plays they made here against Whippy were definitely questionable. I mean, yeah, to allow him to get that 3k was just not the way to do it. I'll just put it full screen so you guys can enjoy this one. But I guess, you know, Oxygen were like, you know what, let's just challenge 3, 2, 1, chow, and they all died at the same time. So, yeah, when you've got a swing like that, someone's got to swing wider if you actually want to make that one work. And even this from Oxy, the final map on Split, or the final round on Split, where Oxy comes through with the 1-2. I mean, yeah, this with the Sheriff was actually really nice indeed. Then it gets the ultimate with the Raze, and then it gets the final 1-dig as well, with the Sheriff to close out the Split and the series. So that was GG. The other series last night was FaZe taking out SR 2-1, and then today we've got DSG versus OR, and then we've got M80 versus Mad Lions in the, well, in the Tier 2 Challenger scene of the North American VCT. But very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.